Now, usually I do not like trends on Roblox, like they end up lasting for a few weeks at most, and it's never from people who participate in the trends because they genuinely enjoy the thing or they would like to participate in the trends, but actually trends on Roblox, when they are like this, it's usually coming down to the developers only participating and rushing these things out so that they can, make the most amount of Robux possible. But I have to say that I'm very excited to see this trend on Roblox, and I think that all comes down to my own personal bias towards the show that it's about. You know what, before I go any further, please leave a like on this video and subscribe, because I actually spent the whole entire day yesterday watching the entirety of Squid Game on Netflix, which is actually a very big deal for me considering my attention span usually doesn't let me focus on something for more than 10 minutes at a time. And also I very recently took 8 entire months just to watch one 10-episode season of one of my favourite shows of all time. And so I think for me to finish watching this entire show in just one single day is very impressive by my own standards. But I opened Roblox this morning and I decided to visit the games page for the first time in quite a while, and instantly on the front page of the Discover page, I was basically slapped in the face with multiple different Squid Game games inside of Roblox. And so here I had just woken up, basically on the verge of tears, still trying to process everything that happened throughout the entire show, and the Roblox games page of all things was over here basically mocking me. So here I am on the games page. In the up and coming tab, I can already see 4 different Squid Game games here. The very first game at the start of the tab is Red Light, Green Light, and that is a Squid Game game. Over next, there is one literally just called Squid Game, and then we have Fish Game and also Hexa Game. So these are all clearly highly inspired by the show, or at least they are somewhat related to the show. I've never actually played any of them. I feel like that should be my next move after this video. But if I scroll once, there is also Squid Game, and it's not like these games have hundreds of players or something, because this one right here has 56,000 people in it. Then we have the one next to it with 25,000 people. This one on the end has 35,000 people. This one has also 20,000 people. So just those 5 games alone add up to over 100,000 players playing these separate Squid Game games on Roblox. I mean, even if you go into the search bar on Roblox and search for Squid Game and experiences, look at how many there is right now. Like, I cannot see one single game besides the sponsored games here that are not trying to be somewhat related to Squid Game in one way or another. And the craziest thing about these is they either have tens of thousands of players, thousands of players, or hundreds of players. Like, I'm pretty sure if you went through and added up all of these people playing these different Squid Game games right now, you would very easily add up to over hundreds of thousands of players just in all of these separate different games. And I feel like, just like any other trend we have lived through on Roblox, there is obviously always the first person to start things off and light the first spark of the trend that eventually turns into the entire trend, and then typically 1 or 2 people who manage to absolutely perfect whatever they have created and contributed to the trend, and then finally, we have the rest of the people who rushed the entire process, just desperately trying to hop on the trend whilst it's still a thing and push out whatever they possibly can in order to earn anything they possibly can. I think one great example of this, and the first thing that comes to mind, is the whole Fall Guys game trend on Roblox that very quickly switched into an Among Us game trend, considering both of those games came out within weeks of each other, and these Roblox developers trying to hop on the trend were almost struggling to kind of figure out which one they should stick with, entirely judging by how much money one or the other would have made them in the end. So like I said at the start of this video, with trends like this, it often sucks that most of the people participating in this and giving us, whatever they have created for the trend, they usually don't even like the thing that they have made, and it was created with the intentions of nothing more than just earning Robux whilst the trend is still, you know, as hot as it possibly can be. But even if people are not rushing to create entire separate games with the theme of Squid Game before, you know, the trend inevitably comes to an end, I've noticed that a few different games are even adding new items or pets related to Squid Game, so even if they are not directly throwing themselves into the trend, they are still participating in one way or another, which eventually made me realise that I just know someone out there right now, specifically someone with UGC access. They are more than likely creating something Squid Game related for the UGC catalogue, and if I had to guess, I would absolutely say it won't be long until we start seeing those masks in the Roblox catalogue. And if I'm being completely honest with you, whether it's purely because of some Roblox trend or not, I am actually very excited to see that potentially happen sometime soon, and I'm sorry to let my bias obviously slip through the cracks once again, but I have to say, so far, I haven't played the games yet, so I mean maybe I'm speaking a little bit too soon, but so far, I quite like the look of this trend. One more time, please make sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe, because I will always appreciate love and support that you guys give me, and you know what? It helps me out a lot. But now we can sync over the new trend on Roblox, which is the thousands of games related to Squid Game. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.